Hello there. What are you expecting today? Because whatever you expect, that's exactly what you're going to receive. Today, I want to help you build an enormous picture in your mind when it comes to manifesting. This is who we are. We are manifestors. If I asked you today, who are you? What's your identity? You would have to tell me, I'm a manifestor. I'm not a florist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer. That is what I have become. But what I am at the core, I am a manifestor. I am a creator. I am prayer, I am praise, I am gratitude. Now, if you are a manifestor, if you and I are manifestors or creators, then just this very thought, I'm a creator. I kill and I make alive. That is referring to refusing to look at present circumstance and make the new circumstance real. Give life to that which you want. I let go of what's behind me and I look forward towards the vision. I am a creator. I want you to stop and just hold on to that. I am a creator. I am a creator. A creator is not afraid to create. If your core being is to create, when you become aware of this word, the power behind it, you understand there's no fear, no doubt, and no worry. I'm a creator. I create at all times. With my conscious awareness, I create at all times. Fear, doubt, and worry is an illusion. Now, let's look at two things that we are lacking. When we don't have this deep knowing that I'm a creator, doubt, fear is just an illusion. Two things we're lacking. Lack of imagination and lack of focus. Two things. The reason we lack these two things is because we don't know our identity. I am a creator. What can I create? When I ask myself, what can I create? I come into my heart and I let go of the mind, of the business of the mind, and I don't think of anything. I ask the question, I come to the source, which is the solar plexus system. I come down into the body and I let go of the mind. And I watch my thoughts. And I can deliberately choose not to think. And in this instance, I begin to control the mind. And I tell myself, okay, well, what would I like? With the knowing that I'm a creator, and I always manifest, I don't put any limitations on my creative process. We limit our creative process because we have a limited way of living today. That's all we know. But when you understand you're a creator, you come out of that box of limitation. I can create anything. What can help me create anything as big as I want? The laws of the universe. When you have a knowing of what those laws are and the understanding behind them or the operation or how they operate, then I look at those laws and I say, okay, what is the law of perpetual transmutation? What is the law of vibration? What is the law of gratitude? What is the law of attraction? What is the law of rhythm? What is the law of polarity? What is the law of gestation? What is the law of relativity? You see, when I want to build a picture, I come into my awareness that the law of perpetual transmutation states whatever I hold in the mind, it has to come into form. That's the law, as within, so without. The law of rhythm says when times are bad, I know for sure times are going to be good, so I don't have to stress in down times. The law of vibration, it's talking about what is it that I'm consistently thinking about? And what's that image that I hold in the mind? The law of gestation says after you drop the image or placed it into the universe, there is a period of time that is going to take place. You see, these laws are helping me not just to put the picture together, but how to control myself. They're freeing me from fear, doubt, and worry, which are illusions. But the laws are helping me build a picture. For example, the law of gravity, which is the same law, I mean, it's a law of nature, just like the rest, says that I can drop a ton of bricks just as quickly and easily as a brick. The law of gravity doesn't say, oh my God, this is too big. It doesn't matter. The law of gravity also doesn't care if it's high or low. It doesn't matter at what height you decide to drop the pen or the bricks from. In the same way, the law of attraction doesn't care how big of a picture you carry or you build in the mind. And when I say big, I'm talking about small house, big house, little car, $20,000 car, or an $80,000 car. $100,000 a year or 13 million a year. The law doesn't care. So when I am consciously aware of these laws and I truly understand them and I study them as we study them in the program, Manifest Without Money, we use them for ourselves to free us from these limitations that we've placed upon ourselves. Our reality is a reflect image of the image that we hold within the mind. So if our minds are limited, meaning if I don't allow myself to become aware that other people make $100 million in a year, then I'm going to stay limited. But see, this is where the difference comes in, right? I make 100,000 and they make 100 million. But the law of relativity states this: there's nothing big or small. Only your thinking makes it so. Because to the law, it makes no difference. What does that mean? Listen, if a cop stops you on the street, he doesn't care if you're an old lady or a young lady. The sun doesn't care if you're old or young, if you're dark or light. The law applies to everyone. The law of nature, the laws of life, the laws of your state. There's no separation, there's no division, maybe just a little bit here and there, but the law applies to everyone. So what am I saying? When we have a knowledge and understanding and awareness of these laws, they're helping us build the picture. With the awareness that you are a creator. Fear, doubt, and worry does not exist. We start from that. That's the baseline. I always create. I always create. I should ask myself today, what do I want to create? What do I want to create? What do I want to create? And then use the laws to build a picture. We are limited in finances, in beautiful relationships, because of this limited awareness. So when you watch a movie, when you watch those people across the fence, right, the Joneses, and you envy them, instead of being jealous of them, say, I can have that. I can have that. And you know why you can have that? Because they are you pushed out. They're a version of you that exists parallel with you. Your neighbor that has more than you have, don't be jealous of them. That's a version of you. It's a new reality of you. All you have to do is rise in your thinking to imagine as if you have that. You don't go in the physical and run after his things. You create them in the mind, and the universe will give them to you. If the person that makes $100 million a year, and you became aware, you've heard of a person, you've listened to a YouTube video, you've heard of a person that makes $1 million in a year, you should say, that's who I am. That's me. That's another reality of me. Everyone is me pushed out. That's another me. So what do? I don't go home and I end up being jealous. I used to be very, very jealous. That's one of the reasons why that led me to my awakening. I felt as if I wasn't able to catch up with everybody else, and I was working probably harder than everybody else, and I couldn't catch up. I couldn't make enough money, and I wasn't rested. So in the physical, I was doing what everybody does today, but in the spirit, I was dry. My imagination was empty. My thinking was not there. My awareness was not there as to what was happening. So I hit my head against the wall. I had an emotional impact that led me to this knowledge and understanding of who we are and how we operate and what's our purpose for our existence. So everything you see on the outside, you should say, oh, that's a version of me. That's a new reality of me. Or you can say, oh, look what he or she manifested. I can manifest the same thing. So you can look at somebody's experience, what they're having in their life and how they're living and how they're feeling, and say, okay, That is what I want. I want that here. So look at movies from a different perspective. Select your movies that you watch. Be careful what you're listening to. Be careful what you see. Be careful what you speak. So I'm going to come down to saying this. Stay within this knowing at least for a day. If you could just tell yourself all day, I'm a creator. I'm a creator. There's no doubt, fear, and worry. And say this. You see what happens when you hold a thought for 17 seconds, another one attaches itself to it. When you hold on to this knowing, you're going to grab onto the understanding. That understanding behind this affirmation is going to come to you. Things are going to be put together in your brain in such way that once it settles in, it's in. Once you get the understanding, nobody can take it away from you. So what I would suggest is that you start with this affirmation. I am the creator. I am a creator. I am a manifestor. I'm a manifestor. I'm a manifestor. I'm a manifestor. You see, when you say that, you're calling out for that meaning, for that understanding. Because whatever you hold in the thought, it'll turn into a manifestation. So when you say, I'm a manifestor, I'm a manifestor, I'm a manifestor, I'm a creator, what you're calling out for is an experience that shows you are, or you're calling out for that understanding. It will be shown to you that you are a creator and a manifestor. And that there's no limitation, right? You can't put God in a box. You can't put yourself in a box. Oh, she makes $100 million a year. I can do that. I don't know how, but I know I can because I'm a creator. I don't believe in my own strength, the human strength. It's not by my power. It's not by my strength. It's not by my might. It's by my power or by the spirit. So if I can, in my imagination, in my thinking, and in my speech internally, I can create a scene that I have that, I can do that. Anybody can imagine. Anybody can reason, can think, align the image and their speech in alignment and manifest. That's all it is to manifestation. The three become one. Your mind, soul, and body become one. The three become one. When the three become one, you manifest. Can you do that? Anybody can. Can you manifest 1 million or 13 million? I don't know. Have you found a house that's 1 million or a house that's maybe 6 million? And then you need money for maintenance and everything else. You decide what you want. You build the picture as big as you want. You can look at someone's life and say, this is my new reality now. I'm going to manifest this. What does that look like? Okay, well, maybe they're dressed in those clothes. I like those clothes. Maybe they're driving those cars. Well, I can drive my own specific car. Oh, they're living in that home. Oh, I can have a nice home too. And then you look at what it is you like and say, well, if they're another reality of me, another version of me, and I became aware of that, because your awareness is this higher version of you. So the moment you become aware of someone else's life, it's your own awareness, it's your God self that is conscious, or you become awake to your God consciousness, that's another one of you. You are flesh of my flesh and bones of my bones. We all make one God. And so he's your brother and sister. He's another version of you. They're living a parallel life with you. And so when the universe gives to you similar to what your neighbor has, that's when your reality changes. That's when you become that version of your neighbor. And is it possible? Yeah, everybody moves into these states of being. And so I need to eliminate jealousy. I need to eliminate fear, doubt, and worry. And what I need to do is to come to myself. Come home. I am a creator. I'm a creator. I'm a manifestor. I'm a manifestor. I always manifest. Great. Great. Oh, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm awake. What can I manifest now? What should I manifest now? We're looking at this reality, but this reality was a shadow. You see the shadow on my face? This shadow implies that there's something real in front. This is the future. This is the present. But in the present, I see the shadow letting me know that in the future, the real thing is there. I don't see it yet. But the shadow implies that something real is actually in the front. The past, the present, and the future are already contained within me. Within myself right now, I can think about the past. Within me, there is a shadow of the future. But that shadow implies reality. They're all real in the present moment. Everything is real. I am thankful and grateful now. Because the moment I see the shadow, I know it's coming. Now, I tell myself, well, okay, the law says it's coming. How long is it going to take? The law of gestation. Nobody knows when every vision has its appointed hour. So I don't go and wring my hands and fret. I'll allow the law to do the work. And so you see how well we can work with the laws of life if we know what they are and if we understand or we have the meaning behind each law. Then all I have to do is move through life by using the law and say, okay, what's going on right now? Let me become aware of what's happening. What do I need to use? Which law do I need to use to unlock myself from where I am at? You know, imagination takes you from where you are to where you want to be. It unlocks you from the place you want to be. You can imagine your way out. I don't know why this comes to me now, but you know those places where you go and you enter into this room and there's many things you click this one first and that one triggers another and that one another. It's this room where you're locked in and you have to have the key, right? It's a timed, you're timed in this room. And after a certain time, you have to find the key to lock yourself out. Well, in the same way, life holds you locked in by your present circumstance, and then you have to find the right key to unlock the door to get yourself out before the time runs out, meaning before your soul begins to cry out and says, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I know this is for me because we all have needs and limitations right now. We're limited. We're limited in finances. We're limited in healthy and bountiful relationships. We're limited in friends. We're limited in exposure, significance. We are limited in many ways. We are limited. And we're limited because that's all I could allow myself to imagine. So how can I allow myself to imagine more? Let thy will be done. First, I have to create that will or desire and then let it come into reality. But allow myself to build the desire, build enormous pictures. Maybe you want to have a company that runs around the world. Maybe you want to drive, I don't know what kind of a car. This afternoon, I went to pick up my daughter from the airport and I became aware and I said, no, I'm not driving this car. I'm not driving this car. I'm driving the other car. I'm driving the other car. But it's not enough to think. You have to also see the image and then the speech, right? Think, see the image and speech. That's alignment. 3 become 1. And you become aware, okay, of the picture while you're driving. You don't say, I'm driving the Tesla, I'm driving the Tesla. When you say Tesla, 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 the picture has to come. That's why we do affirmations and repeat over and over. I'm driving the Tesla. I'm driving the Tesla. And all of a sudden you see a Tesla. Maybe you see the color. And then you continue saying it. I'm driving a Tesla. I'm driving a Tesla. Right? And then you feel yourself as if you're driving in that car. And you say, I'm driving the Tesla now. Why? That's just a shadow. If you see the image and you in the image, it's a shadow. Which means just wait a little while. That thing that you think it's not here, it will be here. It will come here. You just make the decision that that is what it is you want. Because your decision travels into the past and into the future simultaneously. Your decision travels into the past, into the future simultaneously. It's like, what? And I have a video on decision. You can watch the law of decision. But that's what happens. One of these days, I might do a graph on the whiteboard here to show you exactly how that works and how the law of decision operates. But your decision, you are a decision away from where you want to be. So that's all I wanted to say. If you are interested and if you'd like to know more about these laws, what they are, how they operate, have the understanding, how to use the laws in your reality right now to unlock yourself from where you are, then I would encourage you to come within the program. I think you are going to find more benefits than I could share here in a 20-30 minutes video. So thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment, share, like, and subscribe underneath the video, and look in the description below with a link to take you to the program. I will see you very soon. Bye now.